Yes. I hit go live, and ergo I am a necromancer. I've taken all of the dead bits of my computer and turned them into audiobook for your listening pleasure.
All right, the little thing popped up saying we are in fact live. Yay.
Sweet. And can we hear both of us?
Fingers crossed.
All right, I hear me so far, so we'll get to you soon. In the meantime, welcome everyone to the last stream.
Is this the last stream?
This is,
Oh no.
yeah. Well, it's not like the last stream that we're gonna do as a channel. It's just that this is the last one for 22 seconds later, um, because we are towards the end of the published content for 22 seconds later.
I didn't realize we were already at the end. I was wondering why you kept saying like, "Oh yes, the penultimate thing." I d- I kept forgetting that the rest isn't published yet.
Yeah. So did
I'm a dummy.
yeah, if you guys have a real hankering for it, you'll have to wait and or join the Goose server. It's a good time in there.
Goose, goose, goose. Also, speaking of the Goose server, I met someone on TikTok and we friended each other on freaking Discord, and it's like, holy shit, you're in the Goose server.
Small world.
It was so funny to me. We started talking because like both of us are systems and both of us have Homestuck fictives and are obviously really into Homestuck.
Right.
And it's like I see that, shared server. I'm fucking looking at you.
Yeah. I mean, like Unda's gotten a lot of comments before, especially with Dave's Broken Diamond Club. No spoilers. That like although like that work was not like written with systems in mind, it's a very like system friendly work.
Yeah. Listen, the Striders in general are just that right there is system coded. I don't know what you mean.
That's just the facts.
Which I do find really funny because we do in fact have Striders in our system, and apparently they're all in the same subsystem because the Striders just got to stack like cups, apparently.
Like cups.
Stack like cups.
Sweet. Alrighty. Let us get into it then. Am I on the right page? I am. Let's see. Uh, there. Wonderful. Alrighty. I don't think it matters who starts off as narrator this time. I think, based on solely the first page, that this is a pretty even split for us. So.
All right. I can start out if you like because I'm feeling pretty Gucci currently.
Nice. Ready to go.
We'll see how correct I am in a moment.
Nothing teaches you that you can't read quite like reading aloud.
Exactly. Exactly. Also, because I said I would, before I start real quick, there was a joke in the fucking Unda server in the the 22 seconds later little section that was just Cage, that Angel said like it's a fucking
A game show
game
announcement.
show, and I absolutely had to actually say it, otherwise I was gonna lose my mind. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Turning your senses back out at that. Wow, we're starting out strong. Brain jumped and I forgot where the word was.
All good.
Turning your senses Turning your senses back outwards is unpleasant. Your body is only sort of real, but this plane of reality enforces its rules, and so you operate mostly as if this body works like it looks like it should. What that means is that you're struggling to breathe and your heart is racing as panic floods your system. Shakily, you reach out and lower the shield, though it's hard to do because all of your reflexes are screaming that something about you was coming apart. You can't tell if you were being invaded or falling to bits, but your reflexes react the same either way. Lock down and try to hold yourself together as much as possible. Letting that shield down is an act of will and a real test of it too. It's okay. You're here and I'm staying, Celix tells you in a low and calm voice.
What? What was that?
You ask him and hate how your voice shakes. I don't know. I was going to ask you what I did to set it off, Celix says in surprise.
Nothing. I don't think you did anything. I don't know what happened.
You say and force yourself to stretch out a little, at least so you're not curled up as tightly as physically possible. Didn't hurt you somehow? Celix asks. You try to remember exactly what the two of you had been doing before this happened, but it was nothing weird at all. Nothing had made you jump. Celix didn't suddenly get his claws on you or anything. Even if he had, it's not as if either of those things have caused this before.
You didn't do anything.
You confirm and press a hand to your chest and force yourself to breathe in and out slowly. Wow, rude, Celix jokes. It's a little weak, but he's clearly trying to get you to relax a bit more. You appreciate it.
I'm not complaining, but I'm not wrong.
You reply, joking as well, but it's not as obvious in your tone as it normally would be. You're both trying to act a little less panicked than you are. You lean your head back and roll your neck a little. You don't feel hurt or cursed or anything. Matuna keeps saying that you're unstable, but unstable? Unstable, yep.
I also, Satan, you sound a little bit like muffled today. Like I can't tell if it's normal and maybe I'm like hearing things that aren't there.
Oh no. Do I still sound muffled?
Oh, that was way better.
Okay. Maybe because I have my phone sitting on my chest, so maybe my shirt just got in the way.
Yeah,
Does it sound better now then?
yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Matuna keeps saying that you're unstable, but I did it again. Unstable. Yep, that those are words. Matuna keeps saying that you're unstable with your rings not all working. Maybe you simply got off kilter or something. I can't believe. Wait, I started reading that in my normal voice.
It's time.
I was like, oh, I'm doing great. No, I'm not. Can't believe you'd accuse me of not doing anything. I object, Sullox says sulkily and moves a little bit closer to you. Sullox carefully touches your bare shoulders, and the contact makes you relax a little. And seeing you not panic seems to calm him down too. You're fine.
You are the object when it comes to doing as a verb. Sure.
You tell Sullox sweetly. Sullox's face takes on a look of someone trying to remember how verbs work before just deciding that you're probably insulting him or something, and then simply shoves you for it. It's a very telegraphed and obvious shove. Playful, but nowhere near likely to startle you. You're also fine with that. Can I see you? I want to see if anything's wrong, he asks you. You can let him see you.
Solix's line
Pancreas.
there was very muffled again.
Oh, god fucking damn it. I think Discord's just being a fucking hoe.
Totally
Is
possible.
it better now?
Yeah.
Can I see you? I want to see if anything's wrong, he asks you. You can let him see you. Cankry is locked up so close to your core and by your heart that he can't see him. That's the thing with being a big ball of spinning eyeball rings. It's impossible to see absolutely all of you without being part of you. It's certainly easier for him to see into you than it is for you to try to see into him. His form doesn't work like that. Quite honestly, you're in you and you don't understand or know about everything that's going on in there. You don't
Muffled.
really, what?
Muffled.
God fucking damn it. Okay, there's literally nothing in front of this. Let me just hang up real quick and call back and see if that helps.
Yeah, let me know if I should do that too.
Okay. Okay. Do I sound any better?
Yes, you sound better.
Okay, where did it start sounding super muffled?
It was this paragraph.
All right.
I should have stopped you earlier. I'm sorry. My brain was like, it's gonna improve any second now, and it didn't.
It's any second now, and it just didn't. You can let him see you. Cancri is locked up so close to your core and by your heart that he can't see him. That's the thing with being a big ball of spinning eyeball rings. It's impossible to see absolutely all of you without being part of you. It's certainly easier for him to see into you than it is for you to try to see into him. His form doesn't work like that. And quite honestly, you're in you and you don't understand or know about everything that's going on in there. You don't really like letting people looking inside of your form, aside from how obviously personal it is. There's a certain very obvious risk to hiding another soul inside of you. The more times you invite people to have a look, the more times there's a chance for someone to see him. With that said, there's no way that you can play off any kind of refusal here. You had a narrow brush with a possession book, and this little impromptu date with Sullix was your joking fee for letting him get a look at you in the first place. You can't come close to a demonic possessed book, then have an angelic freak out like that, and then be like, no, I don't want you to see my soul because of reasons. It's the most suspicious fucking thing possible, and you will absolutely get Matuna and June called on you. No one wants that, especially with how naked you are.
You can owe me that drink, but sure.
You agree? I already got you a drink. Solux protests.
And you wouldn't get me a second?
You ask in horror. Solix looks unimpressed, which is very funny and rewarding for you. You shift into your true form, as much as this plane of reality allows, at least. In a way, you are keen for him to get a look at you. You still feel on edge and very sure that something was trying to sneak in or out of your soul. It's a very distressing feeling, and you'd appreciate some reassurance. You seem a little bit out of rhythm or something, Celix observes as he looks into you. There's no denying that you're still a little frayed. It's not surprising that you're a touch unbalanced. The same rings as before are still frozen, but nothing else looks wrong or different. You didn't get a flashback or anything? He asks you thoughtfully. You shift back to yourself. Your wings are out now, but that's fine because Celix oh so nicely sorted your feathers out earlier.
I don't think I had anything like that. I really don't think you did anything. It felt like something was trying to get in or come out of me, fall apart, maybe? It could be my form destabilizing, like a reflex or something.
You suggest. It could be Cancri. It could be because he doesn't belong in your soul. But you're not saying that. Besides, he got locked up and hated it. He didn't act like you foiled some escape attempt. Sullix sighs softly and moves onto his pillowy bed with you. He slides his arms around your shoulders and sighs. It's clearly meant to be comforting rather than suggestive. Suggestive? God fucking words. It's clearly meant to be comforting rather than suggestive, despite your whole situation and what you've been doing before this. Maybe. it could be a trauma thing that you just don't remember, but it's never happened before. You know if it was someone using your name, so it's not that. It looked pretty shitty, though, he says quietly, speaking the words against your shoulder as if someone else could possibly overhear you.
I guess. Ugh, I'm sorry.
You glance over at him and feel bad that whatever this was entirely interrupted you. Was entire what? Wait, and feel bad that whatever this was entirely oh, my brain added words that weren't there. Sorry, one
You're
second.
good. I'm doing a little like a this, or maybe like a hyphen between them even would help. Like a.
That does help, actually.
Yay!
The ADHD go burr.
It go Bert.
It go burr.
I love me some last minute punctuation. It helps.
It does. Listen, that's literally why we have like a script and like try to read it ahead of time, but every once in a while, shit will just fuck you up. Like,
Yep.
it'd be like that.
We're hobbyists, Your Honor. We're just here to have fun.
Listen, I am here for a good time, not a long time. You glance over at him and feel bad that whatever this was entirely interrupted you. It's cool, he says, and then smiles. Unlike you.
You wouldn't know cool if it hit you in the head.
You retort. I'm not giving you a response to that. We know how to speak. I'm doing my best. Oh, do you mind taking over as narrator? Because I am trying so hard and brain not braining.
You're good. We all have days like that. Absolutely.
Honestly, I need to start just practicing reading out loud again because I swear when there's more time in between our streams, it's like, hi, I have completely forgotten how to do this.
Yeah. Same. It's so easy to like fall out of the habit.
Yeah, it's a time, you know? I'm not giving you a response. Why is that so hard? One second. I am sitting up and getting a beverage.
Yeah. You're good. That's a lisp right before a P. That's like not fun for face.
Yeah, not fun for the face. I'm giving you a response to that, which means you can hit me in the head. Okay, I got this. I'm not giving you a response to that, which means you can hit me in the head.
Solix snorts, seeing your very funny next move before you get to do it. He's such a spoil sport. You hate him so much. Speaking of, you look at him and how obviously not clothed he is, and feel really bad that you ruined the mood here. You could offer to just.
Whatever. Go put clothes on and see the second best captor and tell him that your form went weird or something.
Solix says, before you can offer out of a sort of awkward obligation. You wonder if he knew what you were thinking. But you start, and Solix then continues the sentence with you. Already told you, Solix. You pout at having another good joke ruined, and Solix grins sharply at you.
Get lost. If you feel so bad, you can make it up to me later.
Solix promises, and then shoves you off of his bed and onto the floor with a foot. You roll your eyes and summon your clothes back. You roll your eyes and summon your clothes back on. You slip from view and out of his window so you can flutter back to your dorm window and let yourself in that way. Obviously, you have to let Matuna get a look at you. Even June comes down to stare at you, but all they can do is rule out that it wasn't someone trying to summon you. It seems like something inside of you got out of balance somehow. Whatever, you hate it. It's probably childish to retreat to your room and refuse to interact with anyone afterwards. You just don't like the scrutiny, and you don't like not knowing what's going on with you. Cankry is no help at all. All he suggests is that you let him go and burn his paper, but you're not doing that. Instead, you read until you run out of books, and then you get permission from Matuna to go to the library on your own. And even then, you think it's only because Kanaya is in the office there working on her sewing. Since your grandmother has been sticking around, Kanaya has been working more, just to get a little bit of space. You're not going to call her on it. You love all of the people that you live with, but you would want to be on your own right now, too. When you step into the office, you don't expect Kanaya to be annoyed, but she very obviously is. "What did I do?" you ask her worriedly, and her expression softens. "Nothing. It's not you. Ms. Paint has taken it upon herself to remove things from our desks," Kanaya says tightly. "Remove what?" you ask, and put your finished books down on the edge of her desk with care. "The library cards, specifically the advanced lender cards and external lender cards," Kanaya grumbles, as she flicks through your books automatically and starts to check them in. It's hard to grumble as Kanaya. She speaks staccato. She's very pointed with her words. Should I try that again, or was that okay?
I think it's fine. I think there's only so grumbly you can get with a voice like that.
Yeah. Sweet. Thank you.
Welcome.
"The ones that you need to get into the restricted level and the cage, you guess. You know the advanced ones do that." "The external ones can be set up on the system to allow that too. Yes. They're all uniquely identified, you see, in a sequence, and we note down on a spreadsheet who has each one. We're missing one," she says stiffly. "Is it lost, or do you think that someone's taken it?" you question her. This could be really bad. "We tried finding it with a spell, but it's as if it doesn't exist at all. It's possible that it got misplaced in the chaos before, and it's somewhere in winter, in a snowdrift, or perhaps our teleporting book stole it. It's not the first time it's misplaced things. It's not even a big risk because it requires a senior staff member to activate it. You can't give more access than you have, so no one is concerned about you, if you were worried about that. It just gets frustrating when something goes wrong and I don't know what happened." Kanaya sighs, her face pinching with frustration. "Something went wrong, and now Miss Paint's taken away things that you were trusted with before, and it sucks," you say quietly. "You know what that's like." Kanaya seems to catch the line of comparison and pulls you in for a gentle hug and playfully messes up your hair a little bit before neatening it back up, probably making it neater than it was before.
Oh, that's so
You're
cute.
so cute. I love Kanaya so much.
Big sister Kanaya.
Mm-hmm.
Or Aunt Kanaya. Aunt
I
Kanaya.
think Aunt, yeah. But she's
But it's
great.
very big sisterly vibes, and I love it very many.
Mm-hmm. "It's nothing for you to worry about. I'm sure it'll turn up soon enough," she reassures you. "Yeah, but now everyone is going to think that I stole it to get bigger library powers or whatever because I'm so desperate to get maimed by some possessed book. That's what everyone thinks of me. It doesn't matter that I wouldn't or that it doesn't make sense," you complain. "That would be a very stupid thing for people to think of you, because you're not foolish enough to willingly tangle with a book like that. You were very sensible. Besides, you can't have 2 library cards for this library. They're bound to you. Another card wouldn't do you any good, and you couldn't activate it anyway. No one here thinks that you did anything wrong, all right?" she tells you. That is a little reassuring, but everyone seems to think that you're going out looking for trouble. You're really not. You nod, and Kanaya kisses your cheek and lets you go off to select your new books. The selection that you end up with is as varied as it was before. You're picking things that seem interesting or things that might answer questions that you have from the last books. You return to your dorm and reassure Matuna that you managed to not be kidnapped, murdered, or thrown into another dimension in the 15 minutes or so that you were gone. You don't exactly feel like breakfast or class the next day, and when you emerge from your room, it's to the sight of a very bored-looking Aridin on the sofa and Matuna floating just outside the window as he talks on his phone. Aridin pauses in his channel hopping and looks around at you.
Hey, Ka, are you doing okay?
He asks with a touch of worry in his voice. You don't really have an answer, so you shrug a little and sit near him on the sofa.
Do you want to watch something, maybe? Your pick.
Aridin offers, like it's his TV and not the TV in your dorm. I don't really want to decide anything right now, you tell him.
We could watch a show that I've been watching. It's about a kid in a non-magical universe where magic stuff is bleeding in. Though I'm pretty sure that it gets demonic at one point, if the clues I've been picking up are true.
He suggests, opening up the menu on the TV and scrolling over to the show. It's animated. You hadn't expected that, but it could be nice. The still is of a little boy in a white hat with a blue pine tree on it. It stays on the screen, waiting for you to agree or not. It animates a bit, silently, as Aridin waits. The boy looks into the animated forest as a girl in a pink sweater bounds right on in there. Aridin then seems to remember how you didn't want to make any decisions and starts the show over from the beginning.
This is nice.
Aridin says after a while. He's got one arm around you and your head is resting on his shoulder. Yeah, you agree, and then squint at the screen. Why is that gnome vomiting a rainbow?
That's absolutely no fun. I can confirm that.
Aridin laughs softly. You look up at him curiously, imploring him to tell you exactly how he knows this.
So, you convinced me to come down here a few times, and no matter what shape we have up there, it's different down here. Being human shaped hits different in this plane.
He begins. Yeah, sure. You agree.
I'd done well on a big series of cases, and you convinced me that coming down here was a great way to celebrate. And I don't think you'd done this a whole lot at that point either, but I never consumed anything on this plane. Sure, we eat and drink up there, and you can drink substances that have a similar. They're alcohol adjacent, sure. I don't think we were fully prepared for that in these forms.
Aridin says carefully, like he's trying to hold on to his dignity. Did we come down to Earth and get completely trashed? You ask after a few seconds of thought. Angel's gone wild.
I feel like Sullix would pay so much money to watch that,
Yeah.
but only if Carcass in it.
Right.
And then he'd immediately be like, fuck, where's my boyfriend actually? No, you got unbelievably drunk, but there's either something about thrones or maybe it's because you've got more body mass in this form, but I got utterly destroyed. I did throw up everything, including visible and non-visible spectrums of light. You then laughed at me so hard you fell in the harbor. We somehow got back without getting caught, though I'm not sure that your dignity survived after Silas laughed at you that much. I had a migraine for a whole month. It was awful.
Aridin laughs. This is cute.
They're very cute.
Was it fun, though? You ask, already smiling.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done something like that without you around. I'm glad I got the chance to experience most of it. I don't think you're supposed to drink spirits in that quantity, and I don't think any drink should be that violently green either.
Aridin says, and wrinkles his nose a little at the memory. The two of
Did
you.
that fucker drink absinthe? Did
Probably.
he
That's what it
fucking
feels like.
either absinthe or some like horrifically colored tequila is my guess.
Yeah. Or one of those, like, melon flavored vodkas.
Yeah, could be that. But I feel like a lot of times if it's a green alcohol, like, or it could be like some random like flavored liqueur,
Isn't there, like, a drink called Mort or something that maybe the people in Chicago are crazy about and it's green?
possibly. I don't know. I'll have to look it up after this.
Yeah, I'm not I'm very new and bad at alcohol, so like don't don't expect me to know things.
Oh yeah, no. I rarely drink. Um, but I did get high with my father-in-law last night, so that was fun.
Nice.
Put that on your bingo card.
Bingo card.
Um, are you still good narrating or do you want me to finish?
I'm good either way. How are you feeling?
Um,
I actually miss my. No, yeah, I think it's. I I'm good either way. It doesn't matter.
oh, I might try to read a little bit if that's okay.
Yeah, give it a shot. We are here.
Thank you. The two of you watch the show a little more, and Matuna pops his head in to check that you're okay, and then goes back to fielding phone calls outside.
I wonder what's going on with him.
You murmur. Couldn't say. It's kind of a relief not having so many people here. Eridan answers.
If you mean Rose, then just say it.
You grumble. She's the fucking worst, Car. It's the truth. She's a bitch and she hates me and it's platonically mutual. I'm not apologizing for being right, Eridan says hotly.
She's not, though.
You tell him and watch the TV show. Well, I hope you get on her case about this as much as you do mine. He muttered. I almost started reading in his
voice.
accent.
Yeah.
My bad. I heard it, and it's like, move, bitch, my turn. He mutters, which would work better if you weren't leaning against him and absolutely able to hear him.
You hope I get on her case about what?
You ask, still not looking up at him. Well, you're calling me out for talking about her. About the truth, mind you. I hope you don't let her get away with talking shit about me, he insists.
I don't have to, because she doesn't do it.
You say wearily. Oh, fuck off. Of course she does. Don't give me that. Eridan snorts. You pull away from him and fix him with a very flat look. You don't appreciate being called a liar.
She doesn't talk about you. Not since you two had that huge fight. All she's said is that she doesn't like you, but she's sorry that she argued with you and made our home so unpleasant. Beyond that, she pretty much avoids talking about you at all, or is politely neutral at best. I know that she doesn't like you, though of course she doesn't, but she doesn't talk shit about you whenever you're not there.
You tell him sharply. Eridan's expression is one of disbelief that shifts into something contemplative and annoyed. Oh, so that's her game. Act like the better person to make me look bad and make her look better. I see, he murmurs.
That's not what she's doing. Do you hear yourself?
You whine. How is it too much to ask for just a little bit of peace in your home? She's just trying to outplay me, Ka. She barely knows you, not like... He starts.
I barely know me. You barely know her. You decided that she liked me pale, and so you hated her. You didn't even give any of my friends a chance.
You snap. Erden's shoulders pull up tight and his whole posture is uncomfortable and angry. It makes you tired just... What? Is there a missing word here? It makes you tired to just look at it. Oh no, I just read the words backwards. Eridan's shoulders pull up tight and his whole posture is uncomfortable and angry. It makes you tired to just look at him.
Did. Did either of us have any other friends?
You ask him finally. I knew people through work and didn't need anyone else like you. We were fine. You've always gone off to Earth, and I get that. These people like you, but most of them will be dead before too long. Even if the world doesn't end, your Antichrist and his sister are very much human. Even if Dave is a god too. Your Fey one lives longer, but they die too eventually. I'm sure you had friends down here before, but I'm the one that's still here. You called out to me and I came, he insists.
You would like my friends if you got to know them. It's probably not good for you to have just one friend, and even if they die eventually, how do you know that I won't? I apparently can't be trusted with anything without nearly dying.
You point out. Don't joke about that, Eridan whispers.
I'm not joking. I nearly died super recently.
You insist. I don't know what I'd do if I'd lost you, Eridan tells you quietly. You shrug because you don't know what to say to that. The first thing that comes to your mind is that you don't know. And if it happened, it wouldn't be your problem since you'd be dead. That's true, but not exactly the right thing to say.
I don't know what I'd do either. I'd do anything to stop anything or anyone that wanted to kill any of you.
You say instead. Aaron gives you a sad look and reaches out to run his fingers through your hair. You think he's deliberately interacting with your halo as well because it feels pleasantly tingly, like a sudden warmth on cold skin. I know you would, but let's not do that, he murmurs.
I wish you and Rose got on. You'd like her if you tried. You're both so smart and witty. I mean, you managed to argue for hours somehow. Also, she likes me, as do the rest of my friends, so you've got something in common there.
You point out. God, the fact that we're both pale for the same guy isn't the selling point that you think it is. Eridan groans.
Yeah, I know. But what if it was, though? You could think about it again and see if I'm right.
You suggest hopefully, but Eridan's unimpressed look kills that hope dead in its tracks. Damn, you thought that might be a long shot, but even so. At least you're admitting that she's pale for you now, which, by the way, she's a human, and that's gross. You know they don't understand things, Eridan points out.
Counterpoint. I don't understand things.
You say, feeling very confident that your self-burn has actually made a point. I'm sorry, but you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of fucking um Vision when he got insulted by Ultron. Like that's not a very like why do you think that way? Whatever. And Vision's just like, in my defense, I was born yesterday.
Right.
Like, that's what it reminds me of, but snarkier.
Snarkier.
Because, of course, it's Karkat.
Mm-hmm.
Aridin pushes his glasses up and pinches the bridge of his nose for a moment before sighing out a weary, You got me there, Ka. You don't understand things, and actually, that's not even new.
Yay! The bar is low.
You cheer sarcastically and then laugh when Aridin actually cracks up laughing at that.
Look, I know that I don't understand things, and I don't have my memories. I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry that I'm not exactly who I was before.
You begin. Whoa, hey, Ka, no. Aridin stops laughing and looks at you worriedly. I'm sad that there's hundreds of years of our history that you've forgotten, but you're still you, even if you're a little bit different. The you that I knew in the year before the event wasn't the same Carcat as the one that I met on day 2 of him existing. You're the same person, though. I believe that. It sucks that you don't remember, but it's fine. Your heart catches in your throat for a moment, and it's too much of a pause for you to speak. Aridin catches your face in his hands. Not inappropriately, but he's keeping your focus very much on him. We've got forever to make more memories, Ka. I just want to get you out of this jam, even if I had to make a deal with a demon to do it. We're friends, and I pity you. You know this, he says simply. Your thoughts flicker to Rose, and either something on your face gives that away, or perhaps Aridin just knows you too well. Are you seriously considering her? He asks, not angrily or anything. More like he can't believe that this shit is actually happening to him.
I can't yet. We're not. There's complications and stuff, and we need to think about it first, but yeah, kind of. And I know how you feel, but I can't help it. I wish I was what you wanted. It'd be easier.
You say pathetically. You feel really pathetic saying it. Not even in a not even in an appealing way. More that you're an embarrassment to yourself and everyone associated with you. But don't say that, Aridin says and sticks his tongue out a little as he grimaces. He means Rose. He must mean your whole thing with her, and making someone into someone else just to pity them is. Ugh. I don't look like Cronus, do I? You don't think I'm him, surely. Gross. Look, you're new to being you, but I know you. I know what you want, Aridin says and lets you go.
Do you?
You ask him warily. Oh, yeah, I know you, Ka. You're all about people, you and your bleeding heart, and your lost causes and the underdog. Of course you like the human witch, the one that's related to the Antichrist somehow in what I guess is some kind of changeling situation, but all humans, I don't know. No one explains shit to me. Like, of fucking course you get your diamond in a mess for a girl who's got a short ass tragic life expectancy. It's literally the most cockeyed thing out there. Aridin groans and falls back. He doesn't even seem.
We're losing bits and
Oh,
pieces of you,
oh, god damn
like cutting in and out.
it. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay, where was it cutting out? Like, what do I have to reread?
highlighted like a fucking course.
God damn it, where'd you go? Oh. Like, of fucking course you get your diamond in a mess for a girl who's got a short ass, tragic life expectancy. It's literally the most coquette thing out there. Eridan groans and falls back on the couch. He doesn't even seem mad about it exactly, just like he's despairing about you and the situation in general. You always do this. You see people down here and you get feelings about it, about how it's not fair or how it must hurt, and you have to help. I get it. You help because you know it's not right and you can't not. Eventually, it goes bad because it always does, and I get sad cockhat. I thought we were basically pale that we would actually be if it wasn't for our makers and their control fucking things up for us. Eridan sighs. You rest your cheek on the back of the sofa and feel pretty shitty about this whole thing.
It sounds like I wasn't a very good friend to you.
You say quietly. There's no way that you didn't know about Eridan's feelings before. He is hardly subtle. Yeah, well, same, I guess, he says back.
I feel like you could be better if you were down here. If you made friends, did human stuff here, had a life. If you didn't have your maker screwing things up, and heaven, and.
You trail off. That's a lot of if in that idea. Eridan laughs a little weakly, and you hear him murmur, he wants to make me better.
Oh, the boys, the boys.
Listen, I want Eridan to be better so fucking bad.
Yeah,
Like, he has so much potential.
he does, truly.
And I love him. And he's so fucking
He's
stupid.
so stupid. uh, boy.
All right, all right.
Okay, we're at, gosh, this is the first time we've landed on not no or five in like a long time. And my brain is mush. Hang on.
You have a brain?
How come your mom lets you have a brain? Can we come back at 03 on the new hour, or should we? Let's just push it back. Let's indulge in an extra 2 minutes. Let's come back at 05.
All right, an extra 2 minutes.
I
Gee
know.
willikers.
We're splurging here.
We really are. Oh, and the snake is staring at me. Hello, love.
Good snake.
Poor snake. She got a new tube and she's just been hiding in it, which is very funny because not all of her fits in it. So she just kind of spills out.
Nice.
All right.
Sweet.
I
I'll see you soon.
see you soon. Break time. Good boy. Hello. Hello. Oh, you're still muted, aren't you?
Hello? I hit the button 3 times, I promise.
I'm like, hello. I'm like, oh, they muted themselves and forgot about it.
I do forget. Most of the time I forget. But I clicked and I said hello, and then nothing happened, and then I clicked twice more and was like, the button's flashing, what does it mean?
The button is homophobic.
I, I hate to say it, folks, but the evidence is here.
We're sorry, we can't stream anymore. The buttons are homophobic.
Buttons could never keep me down. I'd fucking fist fight them.
I don't need buttons. That's what zippers are for.
Yeah!
Sorry.
You're great.
All right. Do you want to start out or do you want me to?
I'll start out. You started out last time, so let's make it good.
I also scrolled a little bit and saw quite a bit of green. So,
Ooh, yes. Good
ooh,
call. Okay. Aridin sits up quickly and fixes you with an intense look, one that pins you in place and leaves you unsure about what's happening.
and I like, God, give me a chance to actually make my case and shoot my shot here. Okay? Please?
He asks, no, begs you. He's been screwed over by heaven as much as you have. He's alone and messed up as you are, and because of the vow you got him to agree to, he's stuck here. Stuck in a house, unable to live freely, and forced to reside with someone else who has pale feelings for you. It sounds like your relationship before all of this was kind of messed up on both sides. Maybe you owe him this much. I Okay, but I have feelings for Rose, and she knows it, too. I'm just saying, you warn him.
Terrible. I absolutely hate that. I'm not thinking about it.
Aridin says dismissively. That's not. You try, but Aridin shushes you. It makes you want to kick him a bit. Aridin takes a deep breath with his eyes closed, and when he opens them, he reaches out and holds your face in his hands again. Again, it's not exactly inappropriate, but it's getting there.
Oh, I've been your friend for nearly your whole life. I've had your back for as much as I could, and I know I'm not perfect, but I pity you, okay? I'm willing to bend my maker's orders to keep you safe, and even though I hoped you'd cut out some of the things that made me have to lie quite that much, I never wanted to totally change you or train you out of things I didn't like. I'd really like it if you thought before you did things more, but that's a very distant hope that I've kind of given up on.
Aridin grumbles that last bit. Hey, you protest. You didn't expect to get insulted here.
I know I could be good for you, and I know you're good for me. Please just give me a chance.
Aridin asks hopefully. His thumb ever so slightly brushes your cheek, and your mind goes all static in a very pleasant way, and before you know it, Aridin is kissing you. It's delicate and sweet, chaste and nice. It's just nice. Aridin pulls back and lets you go, watching you hopefully for a reaction. You get what he means. You do. On paper, this sounds perfect. You do like him, and you think that it could work. Your skin tingles from where he touched your cheek, but you don't feel alight with stupid feelings and overexcited energy like you do with Dave and Solix, and it's certainly nothing like the fluttery pale feelings that you get around Rose. You clearly don't even need to say it, because Aridin loudly and miserably swears in several languages and slumps back on the sofa. I'm sorry, you tell him cautiously, and he pulls a crocheted pillow over his face and groans miserably into it. I really wish I felt the same. I'm not just saying that, you insist, leaning over his knees to try to talk to him. Aridin sighs dramatically and rips the cushion off of his face and looks up at you miserably, only to relent and look guilty as well a few seconds later.
Don't look all sad, Car. You're making me feel bad about you feeling bad about not pitying me.
He tells you. I do like you say weakly, and Aridin rolls his eyes. I do, you insist and lean over, pressing your hand on his chest to stop him as he tries to roll off of the sofa.
Yeah, I know. I just thought that the things standing between us were all of our obligations and our makers, but it's not, and that was kind of a nicer excuse. I wish we were free of that stuff holding us in place, even if it wouldn't mean that we're together like that.
He says. It sucks. It's just the worst. Your maker controlled you for your whole life, and his is still doing it to him. There's all of these bonds holding you both. Eridan's form flickers under your hand. For a second, you feel Eridan's belief that things could have been so much better if only you weren't both so bound up in the way that you are. only if you weren't both so bound up in the way that you are. And then your hand slips right through his chest. You yelp and catch yourself on the arm of the sofa, your other arm in Eridan's chest to your upper arm. He yells in alarm, and here's the thing, your bodies aren't fully real, but also they definitely are. Your rings are definitely overlapping with the inside of his form. Your rings, but it's also your arm, and you shouldn't be in there. The two of you are both trying to loudly make excuses about not meaning for this to happen and who did this and oh fuck, why? Ah! You're trying to get back when you feel something. Your fingers brush the cold metal of bonds, of obligations, of control. Some of these feel like your kind of magic. Likely, these are the things that Cankry did, but others are different, though your blood aspect magic means you can feel them just as keenly. Your fingers rest on one that feels unspeakable, cold, final, and cruel.
What the fuck?
Eridan whispers, clearly able to feel it too, now that you're touching it. It's an order, dormant, but waiting for just the right conditions. One that'll kill him.
He made it so I die if he does. It's a dead man's. Oh shit.
Eridan breathes. You clench your hand around it, trying to remove it or pull it, but you can't. When you try too hard, it makes a pained sound slip from Eridan's lips, so you give up. You pull your hand out of him and look down at him on the sofa below you. The window suddenly closing makes you jump, and you turn to see Matuna still outside, but very pointedly looking away from you.
That bastard.
Eridan snarls to himself. If Cronus Ampora dies, he'll take Eridan down with him. That's the order that he left in Eridan's soul, like a fucking landmine. Something in your own chest grinds, and you don't know if it's your anger or if it's that ring that keeps starting and stopping, but right now, you don't care. You need answers. You rush to the window and haul it open. Matuna, I need your help.
I don't want to see that. I didn't need to turn around after hanging up to see you two getting to second base or whatever system that is on the sofa. Don't ask me what to do.
Matuna says hastily. No, not that. That was an accident, you insist.
Oh yeah, like those.
Those? Yep, that's a word.
Oh yeah, like those 911 calls where people slipped and fell when unpacking their groceries. No idea how that produce got there, Mr. Paramedic. You just slipped and got all in his form, huh? Sure.
Matuna snorts. Why does food require medical attention for... That's not the point. Eridan's shitty excuse for a maker...
You still there?
What? Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Oh, god fucking damn it.
Oh no. Hang on. I'll disconnect and reconnect too. Oh, I've left the pause stream on this whole time. Oops. Sorry, gang. I'll fix that in a second. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello! If you can hear me, say butterfly.
Butterfly.
Beautiful.
Okay, what did you hear all of me? Because I definitely didn't hear you.
I heard all of you. Yeah. I was just starting in on Carcat's line.
Okay.
Where did you lose me?
Literally right after Matuna snorts.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I'll do Karkat over. Why does food require medical attention for... That's not the point. Aridin's shitty excuse for a maker left an order in him, one that kills him if Cronus dies. I didn't mean to get in him in the first place, but whatever I saw, I felt it, saw it. What do I do? You ask him in a rush.
I felt it as well, and it wasn't deliberate. Hope and blood magic and a lot of emotions. It wasn't on purpose.
Aridin says, although his voice is a little bit numb. Matuna doesn't look so amused now, and quickly climbs in through the window. It'll kill him. That means... You don't say that it puts a real roadblock on your current plan, which is to find a way to rig things up so that you can murder Cronus. It's not a concrete plan or anything, but you know that Solix agreed to help if it came up. If you hadn't done this by accident, then you'd have never known. You would have killed Aridin too. He doesn't deserve that. He did nothing wrong. Well, okay, that's not true, but he doesn't deserve to die.
I've never done anything wrong in my entire life. I know this and I love you.
I know this and I love you.
That's the vibe.
Yeah. You don't say anything about killing Cronus because threatening Cronus's life is one of the things that exerts control over Aridin's actions, another unwanted bond inside his soul.
I think I might be able to show you if Cobb would lend me some of his magic. Bonds and everything, you know?
Aridin mumbles nervously. Matuna nods, and Aridin sits down on the arm of the couch and holds his hands out for yours. You grip him tight and focus on your bond with him, your bond with Matuna, and the ones that are stuck in Aridin and causing him all of these problems. With your magic highlighting it and Aridin's belief in you, it works. You can feel Aridin's true form shift open. It works differently to yours, and you're too focused on your own magic to see it in detail, but it's not you who needs to see.
Fuck.
Matuna says finally. Can you fix it? You have to know a way, right? You ask Matuna hopefully, believing in every part of you that if anyone can help, then it'll be him.
I can't.
Matuna says unhappily, and your shoulders slump in disbelief and disappointment. But there has to be something we can do. There has to be, you insist.
Don't get me wrong. The fact that you two can even get to those is something. My magic is doom-based. I can't kill a bond like that without zenning off the curse in the first place. Not to mention that I'm a demon. I can't mess around with an angel's soul without risking things going really badly.
Matuna says. Yeah, look at what happened with you and Solix. No one says it, but you can hear Matuna and Aridin thinking it pretty loudly.
It's not as if I have another angel lying around here willing to help me, one with a more convenient aspect to the magic. I mean, I get it. Ka's able to pull this up, but blood is the opposite of what we need. I'm fucked, basically. Could have done without knowing just how fucked, but whatever, I guess.
Aridin says miserably. The opposite of blood? Breath? June! That's June! You gasp, the hope returning to you instantly.
Okay, you see how putting a different deity inside an angel's soul is worse, right? You get that, don't you? It's important to me that you get that. We gave June the whistle, but that wasn't from you.
Matuna says, just catching himself in time to not give away any details about Kankri's death. You're too busy texting June to get here Dang it, Karkat. You're too busy texting June to get here right now to really listen to what Matuna's saying. What does it matter? God's a god. What difference does it make? You mutter as you type.
Oh my fuck, how did you not fall before now?
Matuna groans.
Matuna, like, how the fuck are you still connected to heaven? Like, whomst? Oh, 1 second, I need a drink.
Yeah.
I have iced tea.
I have cooled hot tea.
Ooh. It's basically the same thing.
Congratulations, little cup. You've been upgraded to iced tea, a real drink.
Uh-huh. I feel like this next bit is probably something that Aridin has said to Karkat a lot.
A lot.
It was a long and thankless task with no fucking improvement. Clearly, can you chill with the blasphemy car?
Aridin snaps. A strong breeze swirls around the room from seemingly nowhere and forms into an alarmed-looking June, who glances around the room in a hurry, trying to see what the emergency is. I'll blaspheme as much as I like. Fuck gods. June, I need your help, you say in a rush.
I'll blaspheme as much as I want.
Help me.
I love him.
He's great. That's a weird opener, but you have my attention, June says, looking perplexed but interested.
These two idiots were being stupid and ended up stumbling into the knowledge that Aridin's got a fucked up kill order in him. His maker dies, and it'll take him out too. I was just telling Karkat that you can't have another god from another pantheon fucking around inside an angel.
Matuna explains. Well, I could do magic to him, but I'm
God
not...
fucking damn it. Did it do the thing again?
Oh, am I lost to you? Lost in the darkness. Silence surrounds me. Once there was reading of fic. Now only confusion about when or when not you can hear me. I will return and say the words, and you'll say you hear me. And that...
I hear you.
Yay!
Yeah, no, you were singing and then you were gone. Or you were gone and then I could hear you and you were singing and then you hung up.
I assumed you couldn't hear me while I was singing. I was just trying to kill time to just keep the stream interesting.
Oh no, I didn't want to interrupt your singing. Okay, could you hear me when I was saying the Pantheon thing, or do I need to
Yes.
do that again?
I heard your Pantheon thing.
Okay, cool.
So I'll do, Matuna explains. Well, I could do magic to him, but I'm not sure about just, like, getting in his true form. Meat's one thing, but I don't know. I've not tried it. I would in an emergency, maybe, but, June says uneasily. Yeah, but your breath, you reason. And I could pop him like a balloon by mistake. Again, if he couldn't breathe and he was suffocating, then I'm your girl. Soul stuff is sketchier. Besides, if I destroy his body, then he goes back to heaven and we're all busted, June counters.
I'd like you to not do any of that, thanks. Also, this is assuming that me allowing you to get into my soul and breathing your false godness all over it wouldn't outright kill me.
Aridin says hotly. False? Okay, I've changed my mind. I'm popping him like a balloon, June says with a scowl on her face. What if it was me, you ask?
Dip. I know how to speak. She's not exploding your soul either. What?
Matuna says, clearly exasperated. No, June, use me instead, you insist. June chokes on a laugh, and Matuna stares up at the sky and mutters about how Signless must be laughing at him. You're not fully clear on why. Okay, that was very funny, so I'm willing to let you elaborate. June giggles. You're confused, but you're going to take the win where you can get it. What if we did the same thing that we did at the library, but instead of me being an angel for the library, I drew up a contract with you? Then I could use your breath magic, and since I'm an angel and I'd just be working for you, I'd still be in the right pantheon, and no one explodes, you suggest.
That could work, but those bonds are really tough and intricate. I'm not sure that you can straight up crush them with your bare hands, even if you are using the right magic.
Matuna points out. Even then, I'd want a really loose contract. Like, I'll give you some power if you do something funny after, as a payment. I don't like bonds. I don't really have anything that I can give you. Well, I had a bunch of religious schisms over the years, and unfortunately, I lost a lot of cool shit. The artifacts that I could give you to help are mostly... June hesitates and pulls out one of her giant hammers.
That is not a surgical tool.
Aridin shrieks.
Not unless it's an explactectomy.
Matuna snorts. You are so close to being able to help.
Oh, fuck,
so...
what happened? Oh no, you're gone.
No! Gone again, gone girl. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
What was the last thing you heard from me?
I heard explactomy. Explatectomy.
Okay, I stopped being able to hear you after that.
Yeah. We'll go from here. Matuna snorts. You are so close to being able to help. You're so close. You can get to the orders and the bonds. You could get a power source, but you don't have the means to use it. And now Aridin's going to be stuck like this forever, which means you can't ever free him from Cronus, or he'll die. His situation is terrible and awful and unfair. He's stuck and he can't ever be free. He's got so much potential. If he was only given a chance, you know he could be better, but it's not possible, and it won't ever be. The sob rolls up in your throat, and you're crying before you can even try to stop it.
Oh, hey, no.
Matuna says softly, and holds you close as you cry about how not fair this is. You know the answer to solve this, but it's out of your reach. Why does everything have to be like this? Matuna lets you cry, and June talks to Aridin. It doesn't seem like he had much hope of fixing this at all. You guess that he was going along with it on the off chance that it might help, or maybe he was humoring you. June is suggesting that she could get something made, but without her full god powers, it's not likely that it'd work, though she'll see if she's got anything she can put together to try.
It's fine. God fucking damn it. I'm doing my best, Your Honor. It's fine. I didn't know about this, but I'm not surprised. This just hurts.
Aridin says, and you look around to see what's hurting him now, but he's looking at you. You wanted to help, you couldn't, you're heartbroken about it. Isn't that what he said your whole friendship was like? Well, now you're sad all over again. This isn't helped when Rose comes back from class with Dave, Solix, and Jade with her. They all come in to see you crying, then they have to ask why you're crying, so then this whole thing gets rehashed, and you get even more upset.
That's really fucked up. I'm sorry.
Solix says to Aridin sincerely.
How could someone do that? Is there really nothing we can do?
Dave asks. I tried. You insist, rubbing the tears from your eyes and no doubt making yourself look worse still.
Even with June's power, Karkat can't break him free.
Matuna explains. How did you even find this out? Was it just a magic sense thing, or... Jade asks, probably because the answer would be helpful. You assume that's the case. You answer, my form slipped, as Aridin hotly says,
None of your business. I started doing Aridin's voice. 1 second.
Your form slipped.
Solix says slowly, and then looks at Aridin.
Into his?
By accident, you insist.
Wait, did you two just, angel fuck on the couch?
Dave asks in shock. No.
No!
You and Aridin both insist, but Solix and Matuna's faces both say some degree of, sort of, that you don't like.
So, basically.
Yep. Rough. Well, it was just my arm, and it wasn't... My form went weird, you protest.
Think of it more like, I accidentally my hand in your pants on the couch. God damn it. Sorry, I started laughing.
You're good. Understandable.
Please, I love them so many. They're so dumb.
So dumb.
They're so dumb. Think of it more like, I accidentally my hand in your pants on the couch.
Solix explains.
That sentence doesn't even make sense.
Aridin snaps.
I'm not explaining memes and internet culture to the angel. Not it.
Matuna says quickly. Sorry, not that the idea of you two accidentally defiling our couch isn't something, but isn't there a life hanging in the balance here? Rose reminds you all.
Thank you.
Aridin says loudly, and then looks like he swallowed a lemon when he realizes that he said it to Rose. Although that's the expression, but you quite like eating lemons, so you don't get it.
Please.
I love him.
This man is so incredibly autistic. Listen, all car cats are autistic, but this one is autistic, all caps.
All cats. Okay. June doesn't have anything that's attuned to her magic that I could use to help Aridin and save his life. Her giant hammers aren't exactly delicate. We talked about her regular magic and god stuff, but it'd probably just explode Aridin. You explain. Like a knife, Rose says slowly. It's not a case of enchanting some butter knife in your kitchen and she's gone, June says as Rose quickly turns on her heel and leaves the room to go to her bedroom, shutting the door behind her.
That was weird and suspicious, right?
Dave says after a moment.
Incredibly. Yeah.
Solix agrees.
Rose, what?
Dave starts to ask when Rose opens her door. Ask me what I've got, Rose insists, staring right at Dave. He looks back at her for a beat, and then beams.
Let me see what you have,
he says gleefully. A knife, Rose says brightly, pulling something out from behind her back. Dave, Solix, June, and Matuna all dramatically yell, "No!" together.
Oh.
I love them.
I love them so much.
That looks like half a knife, Jade points out. I was going to say that. You agree?
I need to show you more of the internet. Also, I should not show you more of the internet. Tough call.
Mutuna muses. Wait, that's my knife. Where'd you get that? June demands now that she can see more of it.
Yeah, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but memes aside, where did you get that?
Solix agrees.
You disgrace the name captor.
Mituna tuts, and Solix hangs his head in shame. That is probably fake.
If anyone could tell me what the fuck is happening at any point, that would be just great.
Aridin interrupts. Remember how I said that I did have some things we could use for this, but they got lost in religious fuckery aeons ago? This is a knife of mine. It's exactly the sort of thing I meant. Where did you get it, Rose? June asks. Rose hands it over to June. As the hilt touches her palm and her fingers close around it, you feel something shift. June flicks her hand, and the blade appears like some kind of flick knife, but the blade is pure air, just atmosphere, moving with power like the raw edge of a tornado. A knife of breath. You could use that. That belt we found in the box has pockets on it. I managed to open one of them, and it had that in it. It was only the other night, and I thought it might be to do with you because of the engraving, but I wasn't sure what I was dealing with. I wanted to know more before I said anything, but if there's a life at risk, then... Well, I have to say something and show you now, Rose admits. Aridin is staring at Rose with disbelief written all over his face. He glances at you as if he thinks that maybe Rose is doing this to impress you, but she's not. Rose's attention is fully on June. She's not handing over something that you want to win points with you at all. You will Aridin to see that Rose is good, really.
Your light, though.
Aridin says quietly. My magic? Yes, that's what Solix has told me before. I don't think I would be any use with this knife, and it sounds like it's June's magic that we need, Rose says, not getting what Aridin means. Rose could have held on to this knowledge, hoarded the knife to learn all about it and leave Aridin at risk. Or she could do this just to make him know that she has this advantage over him, but she's given over something she doesn't understand because it's right.
This could actually work if we drop a very careful contract for you and Carcat.
Mituna says to June. June makes an unhappy sound and puts the knife away, but you're relieved to see that it's just so she can get her notebook from class out. She floats in the air and seems to consider what she's going to put down, but she eventually scribbles something out. She holds it up, but both captors beat you to it before you can get in to read it.
That's the real open-ended. That tracks.
Solix says. You shove him out of the way so you can read. At-will employment contract. I, Carcat Vantis, can use the breath knife and a limited amount of breath magic as June chooses. Lending power must be followed by the performance of some comedic act afterwards. Contract can be terminated by either side at any time. Signed, blank. That contract is so wide open that you could drive a bus through it. But hey, if you're both in agreement and it's basically just for this, then what does it matter, right?
That should be fine. Just get rid of it after this, and that'll be safer.
Mituna says, after a few long seconds of thought. Okay. Yes, okay. I think I should get to the bonds with my blood magic and then take the knife. I'll sign first, but we won't change until I'm there, right? You check, and Mituna nods. Are you okay with this, Aridin? You check as you pull a pen out.
I can't believe this is happening, but I want out of this order that'll kill me, so yes.
He nods. You sign your name on June's contract, even as she makes a face at it. June flicks the contract into thin air and shifts fully into her god clothes. Kankri's whistle rests between her collarbones as a singular flash of red magic in her otherwise uninterrupted haze of blue.
Lean back. That'll be easier.
Matuna suggests. Aridin flutters backwards on wings that are in and out too fast to even really see them. He lands on the sofa with his legs taking up the entire seat and his back resting on the arm of it. Not all that different from how you were before. You have to kneel on either side of his legs this way, but it's fine. You press your hand to Aridin's chest and feel his hands press to your forearm. You try to think of blood things again. Bonds, obligations, connections.
I'm trying so hard not to say anything.
Dave whispers, and Solix makes a quiet knees of agreement.
What? Like about how if before it was like accidentally touching Dick, then this is not an accident?
Jade asks loudly, and June laughs. Jade asks loudly, and June laughs so loudly the windows shake. You love your friends, but... Oh, fuck! Well, okay. Your grudging affection for your friends and your determination to save Aridin did the trick. You also think that he couldn't believe this was happening, or perhaps he was sure that something this stupid would happen, that his hope magic hit the right frequency, or something. Whatever. You are fully elbow deep into your friend's form through his chest now. That's happening. Fuck, this is stupid. You're saving his life. You're trying to free him from all of the awful shit that you've been through, that he's been through. There. Your fingers touch the snarled and awful mess of orders and constraints on him. Got it. June, you call out and hold your other hand out. I'm going to keep a hand on each of you to try to help out, June suggests. She places the knife in your open palm and slides her hand up to rest on your shoulder. She puts her other hand on Aridin's and waits. You look at the knife in your hand and try to repeat the same flick that June did. You're doing this for Aridin, to set him free. You look at Aridin, you look him right in the eyes and flick the knife open. The air pressure of the room changes, and you can feel that your wings are out, but they definitely feel different. You can see your halo reflected ever so slightly in Aridin's glasses, and you think there might be lightning in there. The breeze courses through your system, and your own magic shudders at it. This isn't something you should do long term. You want to be quick. You lean into Aridin with both arms in his chest now, though you have no problem keeping yourself upright. Your wings are open and holding you on a thermal of air that can't possibly exist. You reach into Aridin's soul and meet your hands together on either side of the worst order that's in there, the one that'll kill him if Cronus dies. Your magic reaches out to hold Aridin to you, and June's pushes out to banish the bond. Her will for freedom and your connection to pull him and push, and her will for freedom and your connection to him pull and push in opposite directions under the thin edge of the knife. The order shatters, but it's not the only one in here. He's not free yet. There's vows and orders in here plenty. The one that compels Aridin to contact his maker if he sees or hears you. The one that made him do what Kankri said to a degree. And that one, and that, and that. No more. You cut him free of everything. No one can control him now. When you're done, you pull back and take your hands out of Aridin's form entirely. He presses his hands to his chest in disbelief and awe and looks up at you, finally free for the first time ever.
Carcat, no, what did you do?
Matuna gasps in horror from behind you. June turns to look at him, and you realize that you just freed Aridin from every vow, order, bond, and deal that he had. That would include Matuna's, wouldn't it? But is it actually freedom if you just free him of all control but yours? You don't think so. You don't actually feel like you like the idea of being controlled at all. You think this knife may be messing with your head, that and the nagging contract in your mind that's reminding you that you have to do something funny now to pay for that power. He broke that deal too? June asks in horror. Cancre's whistle hangs before your face, a splash of obvious red, like a setup for a joke, right? Here you are, granting freedom, so why not? You move forward in a rush and catch the whistle in your mouth, and then with a sharp bite you shatter it into countless tiny shards. You feel the control slide off as soon as it shatters. No one's able to control you or order you to do anything now. Isn't that great? June jerks back, her hand on the now empty chain around her neck, but she's too late. You spit the shattered metal onto the floor and grin at her.
Thanks for the freedom, and I found that funny, so here you go.
You grin at her and hold her knife out to her as your halo and wings shift back to normal. Karkat, you weren't supposed to do that. We talked about this, and you just freed Aridin, June says quietly, and quiet feels dangerous from her, like the whole before the storm thing. Should I be more threatening with that, actually?
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Karkat, you weren't supposed to do that. We talked about this, and you just freed Aridin, June says quietly, and quiet feels dangerous from her, like that whole before the storm thing.
Oh, what? Freedom's only good when you say so? I've not done anything wrong since I got back,
you argue. You're really not expecting it, especially given what you just did for Aridin, but he does hit you pretty hard in the side of the head.
You made my blood explode!
He accuses you and dumps you on the floor.
Other than that, and a few other things, I've been fine,
you insist from the floor.
I've never done anything wrong in my life, Your Honor.
I know this and I love you for it.
You're an idiot. This is how I know you're the same person, Car. You don't think shit through and you're going to get me in hot water again.
Aridin snaps and steps over you.
You're welcome,
you grumble from the floor. You watch as Aridin comes to a stop by Rose and Matuna. They are both very conspicuously armed when they hadn't been before. He looks at them and then down at you.
I'm going to layer this to make this in any way more palatable for myself. Firstly, because I've never been able to say it, fuck Cronus Empora. If I get the chance, I'm going to try to kill him,
Aridin says with feeling. You cheer and Solix joins in, even if he sounds a little cautious about it.
Next, and I hate that I'm doing this so much, but...
Aridin winces and looks at Rose directly.
Thank you for the knife. You didn't have to bring it out, and you could have left me like that, and you didn't. Which honestly seems like a stupid call on your part, but it thank you.
Oh, you're welcome? I don't like you, but I don't want you to die. I can't say that I've never thought about it, but it's the right thing to do, Rose says awkwardly.
Even I know enough to know that you're both bad at apologizing and thanking people. What was that?
You ask from the floor. Judgy.
You're both bad, and you should feel bad. Yeah.
Rose and Aridin share a look and then look at you with matching annoyance. See, they could get along if they tried, although it seems like they can both agree on the idea that you should shut up.
Since I now don't have to do anything with that information, Cancre's dead, isn't he?
Aridin asks you.
Super dead,
you confirm.
Oh, good. Fuck that guy. I hope it hurt.
Aridin hisses. It did. It did, June says quietly.
Good.
And now I really can't believe that I'm willingly lowering myself to this. But in the interest of you not all trying to kill me, can we make a deal?
Aridin asks, holding his hand out to Matuna.
You what? You want to make a deal with me? For what?
Matuna asks him suspiciously.
I'm not on your side. I don't care for what you're doing, but I wouldn't trust me if I were you. But I am on Carcat's side. I think we can agree on that much. So if I have to prove that, then I will.
Aridin says, and angelic words glitter in the air between them. They're too far away for you to read them at that size, but Matuna is reading them very keenly.
That's basically our deal before. A little looser. There's things in there that don't apply now that you've had all of that removed, but yeah, it protects us about as much as before. Your maker could still order you to do something that'd override it, but it's the same.
Matuna says slowly.
I'm not selling Carcat out to him, and he'd be sad if the rest of you were hurt or killed, so I'm not doing that to you either, even if I don't care personally.
Aridin sniffs like he's too good for this.
Really feeling the love here, man.
Dave says flatly.
All right,
Matuna shrugs and holds out his hand.
you've got a deal.
Yeah.
No. The rest is all unpublished stuff, so obviously we're not going to be reading all that out.
Right.
Sad.
Sad. But we'll
Listen,
return
though.
eventually, probably.
Yeah.
Universe
Hopefully.
willing.
Universe willing, Unda willing. Unda pretty please.
Please.
Pretty please? With sugar on top?
Yeah. They're working on all sorts of stuff right now, so I wouldn't, hold my breath.
That's true. It does seem like they have a lot going on, which that's okay. I do hope at some point, though, that they publish at least what they've already written, because, that one scene.
Yeah, that. I know what
Another
scene you're
one.
talking about.
You know the one I mean. I am so stoked for that.
It's so good. All of it's
Also,
good, though.
now that I think about it, I feel like this version of Carcat could also be seen as DID coded.
Oh, yeah. Just
Because
you lose your front all the time.
yeah. Because we have the amnesia, we have different versions of himself. We also have he literally has Cancri inside of him.
Yeah.
And the whole Canpri and then Campri or Campri, Cancri, Carcat with a C. It very much reminds me of System Things.
Absolutely.
Which wasn't on purpose, but I dig it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty. Well, everybody take care of yourselves forever in the meantime. You're great. Drink water, etc.
Yes, and we will also hopefully be doing more streams, but different fics
Yeah.
by different people, which makes me feel like we're cheating on Undub.
Yeah. We're leaving the fold with the flock or whatever. Not forever.
Not forever. Just for a little bit.
Awesome.
But yes, everyone take care of yourselves.
Take care.